Rock on. Mark, a new face. I hope you're doing well, dude. So
Doing
thanks for
well.
joining. For those that don't know Mark, which nobody does probably, he works
Yeah.
at Kaleo. He is joining me on the live stream. He's also helping me with No Code UI. He's an extremely talented designer, somebody who picked up design from nothing and learned it in about 4 months, 6 months, really? 6 months, right? Maybe 6
Yeah,
months.
maybe
Yeah.
more.
He got better at 6 months, and is still learning, but
Yeah.
just really showed promise as a designer, and now is able to support his family on that, which is what a blessing, dude.
Yeah, it
So
is. It is.
yeah, he's helping with No Code UI, helping keep my head straight when it needs to be, and I just asked him if this could be one of the things that he did, which is moderate some chat stuff and make sure I'm sharing my screen when I need to share my screen. We are getting ready for the launch of our learning platform, and I have emails sent out for beta users. We've gotten some decent feedback. I'm trying to work hard on getting that launched by the end of this month. So I have 1 week left. So yeah, hopefully we'll send it out before then, because I'm going to be gone on vacation in June. So I don't want it to be like, I don't know, blasting me with support messages. But anyways, super fun. So we want to go over 2 things today. Joseph, Eli, how you guys doing? Thank you guys for joining. Wonderful. I guess Carol and Daniel just have stopped joining, and Eli and Joseph are our solid live streamers. So we want to go over 2 things. There was a man who was going to stay up late till 2 a.m. For this. So I want to cover pin codes in FlutterFlow, how to make a user sort of enter a pin code to access your app. We are working on a fintech product currently, where we want to add an additional layer of security. So we have biometric and PIN ID to actually access the app. So that's the first thing we want to cover. The second thing we're going to cover is simply, how do you convert a mobile application to a web application? So we've done a bunch of like responsive builds where we just build from scratch responsive websites. But this is a very common pattern where maybe you launch on mobile first, and then you want to convert that mobile site into a desktop application, a web application, or you want to support, tablets, larger tablets, etc. So how would I go about that? We're going to just cover that, which is going to be fun. And I'm going to try to share my screen, move you all over to the right, and we will jump in here. Okay. So we're going to do a couple things. Window. I'm going to just share this entire screen because I'm going to be doing test mode. Okay. Sorry. Give me a second. Group ride, live stream. All right, we're going to do everything on this project. Oh, perfect. This is great. Awesome. Okay, we're going to, in our learning platform, the first thing that you can do is this getting started app that allows you to build out this events app. It's a simple like group ride app. We have a whole video series. It's an hour long. You get the end of it, you get this, which is really cool. I'm going to go ahead and get my test mode up and running, and we're going to do a couple things. We're going to say we want to do a pin code first. So what we need here is we need a pin code page. Let's go ahead and add page. Let's see. There is somewhat of a pin code page here, I think, in our templates, but we may not use it. Yeah, let's not use it. Let's just build our own. We're just going to add a blank page. Pin security, pin code page. Okay. All right, so this is the first thing. And the second thing we want to do is we want to set our home screen on this. That's all we're going to do. We've done 2 of these, and this is how everybody does it. So Um, we're going to say enter pin below. And let's go ahead and do this little guy and add in a pin code project. Yes. Okay. On this column, let's go ahead and start a line, and we'll add some padding to this text below. We're going to change it to our label medium, and we're going to say, please enter your 4-digit code below. Code below. Awesome. Let's change this pin length to 4. And let's go ahead and increase our size to like 64 since we're doing 4. And then we can do space in between, and we're going to just set our padding on the pin code itself. Okay, cool. This is the first one, right? We need a pin code page that we are creating. Then we need to also set up in our users collection user pin. We're going to do an integer, and that will be good. Okay. Let's see. This one requires authentication. Yes. Pin code page. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to change our logged in page, fun, to our pin code page. And this won't work with our current bottom navigation. What are we doing in that one? Oh yeah, we're doing a, okay. Then we're going to do this instead. Instead of creating this is how we did it in our other page, which was really simple, but I have a different tact. We're going to do an app state. And in our app state, we're going to say pin verified. Pin verified. I'm going to make a Boolean. And we don't need it persisted. We don't need it as list. Okay. All right. Don't need it persisted. Yeah. Let's see if it'll work. Okay, we're going to add an action on this home page. Conditional action, actually. And we're going to say, I'm going to add the condition here. Okay. Condition is pin verified equals to false or not set. Not set. Okay. We're going to navigate them to the pin verified page. Perfect. Slide up. All right. We're going to do that. We also need the ability to create a pin code. So if we don't have a pin code created, we need to create that. So on this page, we need to do, well, let's do 2 things. We're going to do an action on this, right? And that action should be on completed. And we're going to, actually, we're going to do a conditional action again. And I see there's some good questions in the chat. I will get to you. So we're going to say if authenticated user pin is unset, is not set. Okay, then we're going to create. Yeah, we're going to create a pin. We're going to update that user record. Okay. Update user record. Access pin. And we're going to do it from our pin code widget here. Pin code, perfect. Okay, so we are updating our record. Update pin. If you wanted some additional security, right? If you wanted to like double check, you could add a separate pin as well. But update pin, let's go ahead and show snack bar to showcase to the user that they have updated this. You have successfully updated your pin or created, I guess. Created your pin. Title small, info, and secondary is fine. Okay. Now, and then we need to navigate to the home page. Home page. Okay. Here. If, and then we need another condition over here. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to close. We need another condition over here. So if user pin is unset, right, we're going to set it. But the user pin needs to match our user's pin. So let's go ahead and add a conditional here. And we're going to say cut action, true. Okay, the condition will be single condition pin code, which is from the widget state, equal to pin code from the user. Okay. User pin, let's see, current value equal to string. Ah, okay. We need to convert that to a string possibly. Or we can just make the user pin a string. Because let's just do that. We're going to do that. The pin code widget only allows digits from my understanding. Well, and if not, we'll just allow digits. So we can make this a string. User pin string. We'll see if it, yeah. Okay, cool. We don't have to update any of that. So our conditions should be the exact thing. Same thing, pin code, widget state equal to pin code, user pin. Sweet. If so, go to homepage. If not, show snack bar. You have not entered the correct pin. Title, info, and error. Okay. Okay. Awesome. And we're doing on submit or on completed. So you could also set up a biometrics here. Now, this is not logging in. This is simply securing your application. So if you leave your application, come back to it, after like 3-4 minutes, you will get this screen, right? It's not logging you out and logging you back in. This is simply going to prevent you from accessing the account if you don't know the PIN. So if you forget your PIN, you're going to need a way to actually get back to the logout page. So let's go ahead and add, not Command K, Command F here. We're going to add an icon button. And after I'm done with this initial flow and we test this, I will get to all of the questions. Thanks y'all for joining. So 12.8, 12. We're going to have a little logout button here. Okay, so this little button will allow us to log out so that we could either, update our PIN later or log in with our email and password. So we want that. Okay. Let's go ahead and see if our conditional and app state works. Oh, great. Oh, we also need uncompleted here. We need to update our app state, obviously. So we have our app state, update, current page, pin verified equals true. Awesome. Okay, my test mode just went bonkers. So perfect time to take questions. Let's see. Oh, no, don't want to do that. I'm just going to look over to my right. Any good ones
Yeah,
so far, Mark?
yeah. We basically just have two questions so far.
Okay.
One is from is it Eli or Eli Grossman. Sorry if I
Yep.
butchered the name, but he's asking, how can I create a side tab bar? So
Okay.
yeah,
Easily peasily. Yeah, it's actually really easy. So when creating a user, how can I get back the user ID so I can add additional details of the user in a user profile table on auth create account action? There is an action output option. Interesting. Eli, that is a good question. I just messed around with Supabase for the first time last night. I was on a coaching call and they were using uh, Supabase, but I'm not familiar with it. Like I don't know the capabilities, possibilities, etc. So um, let's see. Test 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay. Logging in. Let's go ahead and see. This is only for mobile right now. So that's good. And let's see now if we reset it, if it'll actually log us out. Carol, you had a good question. So why not just hide navbar on pin code? Let's see. Show on navbar. No, we don't want to. Like we don't want to have. Oh, you know what? Obviously. Yeah, we can't really have the pin code page have a navbar. Don't want that. And it's not really working. So I guess our little local state didn't work. So if you do want a pin code widget, you must have a custom navbar, because you need to, the way we have it set up in our project is over here in app details. Our logged in page is our pin code page, and we're allowed to do that because we have a custom navigation bar. So it works like a charm. If you leave the application for any more than 2 minutes, you come back, you have to enter your pin code. But we have a custom navigation bar, not this default bottom navigation bar here. So yeah, we can see. I could remove this bottom navigation bar and we could just do a custom one as well, which not a bad idea, because this gets into my second quest. So for the person who's watching, for the pin code specifically, I will come back to it. Let's answer the current questions on the chat, which is, how do I do a custom tab bar? And tab bar is sort of a nuanced word, because tab bar is a specific widget in Flutter. So I'm not going to do a tab bar, but I will do a custom. Well, I'm going to use a custom nav bar. I guess that's also a widget in Flutter, but custom nav bar that will be tabs. Okay. So this is our application on mobile, and on desktop, we don't want this to happen, right? We want either a top navigation bar that is web specific, or we want a side navigation bar here, maybe a floating one with the ability to access the rest of the screens, right? So profile, rides, groups, and not look like this. This is not a good user experience for anybody ever. Okay, this is a web platform. You don't want to just span your stuff, and just wrapping this in a column, or wrapping this in a container with a max width, is also not the best. It's not the best user experience. It's the minimum user experience you should do, which is what we're going to do now. We're going to wrap this column in a max width container to begin with. Okay, that's what we're going to do to begin with. We'll do 900. We will center align that. And then all we want to do here is wrap it in a row. And we'll do that for now. Okay, Carol, should be just to add another table for users. Yes. Okay. side tab bar, basically like the web app flow, but it should be one page, not multiple pages. Okay. All right. Yeah, Eli, this is, we can go over this now. You can do it custom. And you can also, yeah, you can do it custom. If you want to do it just like, on page state, you can. So let's go ahead and add a sidebar, which we have. There are templates for this. We'll just search nav and we will go UI elements. And we will use one of these. Let's see, go ahead and use this one. And again, you can build this yourself if you want. Looky there, beautiful. It already adapts to our theme because we utilized it correctly. We can add a little bit of padding here. We'll add some border radius. Okay. And then we will, on this row, we'll make it start. And we're going to make this a component actually. So let's go ahead and do that right now. We're going to do side nav component. Okay. There you go. And let's get back to our home page. Then we want our centered content, which again, we're going to adjust, but for now, we're going to just expand it so it centers in the middle of the page. Okay. And there's a number of ways to do this responsiveness, right? Making this adapt. You can try to adapt this current content, which is called responsive design, or you could just throw this in a conditional builder, which is adaptive design. I'm going to do that. I'm tired of fighting against the goads. I'm tired of fighting against the goads. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make this a component for now. We're going to also make this a component. This is our rides page that allows us to sort of scroll this stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. This is our main home. Perfect. And then we're going to wrap this little fella in a conditional builder. And that conditional builder is just going to be a simple condition that says screen width should be greater than or equal to our our responsive value, which should be like 12. I'm going to do 1440 because that's what I'm going to do my large. No, we're going to do 1270. 1270 is our base screen. So if we come here, go to design system, update this to 1270, 991. You can make these as much as you would like, right? Like if you wanted to do 1300, you could do that here, 1400, which is really a desktop. So maybe we'll do that. We'll do this one 1024. I don't know why these ones are so small to begin with. It's a little frustrating. But let's do that, and let's do 1400 here. Okay. Now we will have our desktop view, and then we will have our mobile view, and we'll just keep the mobile view like this. Perfect. And then we will adjust this desktop view. So let's go ahead and change the color of the canvas, which is annoying. But yeah, let's do that. It's frustrating. Why is this all? I don't know. Okay. All right. So we're going to adjust this now. And some of the things we're going to do is maybe move this search over to the left and allow it to be in a little card here. And then allow the event cards to be on the right. So even in this desktop, right, we would like, first, let's go ahead and make this max width like 1400. And let's go ahead and set a max instead of infinity on this, let's give it a width of 500. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. On the list view and text, let's go ahead and wrap this guy in a column. So we'll do that. Column, list view, left align that. What we're doing is we're setting this up for the ability to replace this with a row. We may need to do this in a, yeah, we're going to do this in a container as well. Containers and max width are your friend. Seriously. You're trying to do responsive building. It's going to be fun. Okay, cool. So there's that. We have this in a, we don't need that. Oh, okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and throw this container in a column to get rid of that right there. Perfect. And then we can adjust the styling of this. So here we have upcoming rides. And we will expand this. Perfect. And on this guy, we have a column here. I don't have a defined height on this. This is why I'm wrapping this in a column, because I want this container height to just expand, collapse, etc. We're going to add some additional styling to this. I'm actually going to move this stack up and move this row down because I like that better. Instead of, I'm going to just throw the chips all in there, and we are going to make them wrap instead of row. And we're going to add some styling to this container here. So 12 pixels and maybe some padding, just so we always have some space. Perfect. Okay, and then we on this little container or text field. This is a text field, yeah. We're going to make the border radius on the top 12 as well. Okay, cool. Awesome. Sweet. So now when we readjust this size, right, those little choice chips will fall into place wherever we want. And if we want to add some padding and some left alignment here, we can do that. So let's go ahead and add 16 and 16 on the left and right, so that no matter how much we do on this, they'll always look good. And on those choice chips, let's go ahead and do chip spacing. So 8 and 8. Okay. Cool. Cool. Looky there. We're already working on this. Okay. Next thing we want to do to make this like 10x better. Okay. We don't need this upcoming rides to really like be displayed like this. We can make it a little smaller. We don't want to take up the full width of this, but some of it will be beneficial. But first, let's go ahead and see how this looks. All right, so, and the reason why we're doing components is just so we can manage this on a easier, an easier way. So let's go ahead and make this like 600 max width. And it's expanded. We need to set alignment here. Perfect. And that alignment we can actually set here, which would be right next to that. We have this. We also need, I think above this row, we could do another column. So let's do a column here. And let's go ahead. Ooh. This row, top. Perfect. And on this column, we would like to add our app bar content. Okay. Because on desktop, we don't want our app bar to exist. Okay. We don't want this to exist. This is not a native, this is not a web friendly like display at all. It's not a web friendly display. Cool, we got this. Sweet, we got that. Not bad. right? We could probably change that. Yeah, we could probably change that to something else, but let's go ahead and continue this. And as you can see, we have our app bar hidden up here because we have that turned off in the settings. So you can manage that in your settings, but we still need our title up here and our button to create a ride up here. So we're going to just adjust this. Hey, wait, time out. What happened here? This is the mobile view, and this is the desktop view. Can I copy and paste this stuff? Okay, let's see. Upcoming rides. Well, I don't know what happened. Okay, well, what the? Don't really know how we got that. We'll remove this. We'll get our upcoming rides, and we will. What in the world? Okay, row. Let's go ahead and name this our main content. We have our column, which is our search. And we have our, oh, okay. Primary list. Okay. And we will expand, left align, and set this to 600. I don't know why. Oh, sorry. Center. Okay. Perfect. All right. Let's go ahead and add a page title here and our button over here. And then we can add some padding to it all. We're going to add 16, 16, and 16. We're going to do space in between. And we're going to call this one our create ride. New ride. Okay. And this little guy, we're going to set in place for our, my rides. Okay. So upcoming rides we can change to maybe this little guy. Yeah. Cool. Let's see what that filter. Okay. This filter. Dude, I have no clue why that was like that, but okay. All right, we should be good to go now. And again, let's go ahead and set this instead of 1400, maybe that 1270 for now. Updating. Cool. Cool. We can search rides. We can filter rides here. Not bad. We can create a new ride, which we don't have that button action created. So let's go ahead and copy this from over here. Copy. Just dive in there and paste. Okay. Cool. All right. Any questions? All right, we're getting to that sidebar. Let's go ahead and do that. So if you want to have this sidebar and present different information here, so we have our profile information, let's say, Eli. So let's go ahead and again, componentize this. This will really help with your single page view if you want. So profile page. We're not passing any data in there, so it doesn't really matter. We can just have that here. Here, let's see. I'm going to dive in. I do want this content sort of floating in the middle. So, yeah. Cool. Perfect. All right. Sort of works. All right, so now we can adjust these. And what we would like to do is update page on changes. Let's go ahead and edit this. So we're going to do a couple things. We're going to pass in some parameters. And we're going to say, we are going to say selected nav. Okay, integer required. Do a 0 here. Okay, and we have containers and icons here. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a fill color. I'm going to see how, let's change our alternate so that it's a slight background, slightly darker than this blue. Let's go ahead and make it like something like this, and light and dark. Cool. Won't be able to tell the difference except here. Sweet. Okay. So we want to do some styling here. Accent 4. So we're going to say conditional value selected nav equal to 0. We'll do accent 1. Oh, this is the icon. Sorry. We're doing icon color, primary or info text, really. Info text. Perfect. Else accent 4. Okay. Then on the background, we also want to do that. We want to set up a conditional value. Okay. Here. And then that conditional value will be primary or accent 1. Yes. Yes, I will. 5. Okay. This is a better, okay. Okay, Joseph. So the design decision. So that goes back to, okay. Okay, Andrew, good. Yes, a good refresher on aligning multiple widgets within a column and container overlays would be awesome. Yes, we all need that. It's not just you. So now we need to do the additional ones. I'm going to just quickly do this. I think this one was a bike here, and then this one is our profile. So I'm going to user, yes, no account here. Okay, we're not going to worry about those other ones, but for this, we're going to do that paste, and we're going to change the selected nav to 1. Selected nav to 1. We're going to do accent 1 for primary. For the background and for the icon, we're just going to copy and paste this. And we're going to do info here so that it's always white, or we're going to do accent 4, which is our overlay. And it's going to be sort of that white or dark here. Okay. And then we need to, since we need to access this on a single page for Eli, right? We need to access this on a single page. Typically, I would have this on multiple pages, and we would just sort of update the parameter. We would need a page state, so selected nav. I'm going to do that one as an integer as well. And we're going to then pass in an action as well. So let's go ahead and set up a couple actions here. Nav 1 action. And nav 2. You can now set up multiple actions, which is awesome. Don't need required. Okay, that's all we're going to do for now. Ah, cuss. This one is. Perfecto. So, okay. In this little guy, I'm not going to do, I'm just going to do this. Sorry, Eli. Okay. It's going to take a little longer to do what you want to do, but you have the actions here. You can update the state of this page to show what you would like. Okay. So you need a page state here, show selected here. That's going to just be an integer or whatever you would like, right? Make it a string, make it an enum, make it whatever you'd like. As you tap this will change. So that's a way you could do it. I'm going to go back into here and I don't like how this is going. Flexible span. Yeah, I'm just going to do that then. Okay. And, oh yeah, obviously, if I don't want this to, there it is. Looky there. That's all I needed to do. That's exactly what the layout I want. But on these guys, we're going to just navigate between our homepage and our profile page. Profile page is almost easy. So this one, because that already has a max width. So we can just wrap this in a row, paste in our nav bar, and make this guy expanded. Cool. And then we could add in a few extra. So like, can wrap that in a column, I think. Oh, sorry. Profile page, wrap in a column. Add a container, max width of 600, because that's what we have as the profile. Fine, we'll just do that. We'll do infinity. We'll do a little row here, and we'll just do a little guy here that says my profile. Okay, cool. And we'll just hide that on mobile. So perfect, right? Same thing. It's looking good. We can update that. Okay. We should get new icons over here and the ability to navigate between them. Sean, we'll launch, oh, yep. Okay, cool. So these guys are not updating. Oh, I need to, this one, 1, and the other one, 0. Come on, Andy. I just started using 0 as, right? Let's do that. We're going to also make sure that these are instant. Cool. All right. New ride. Oh, looky there. Can even create a new ride in a responsive way. Not bad. I don't want that, but not bad. Perfect. Okay. Okay, let's just go back to that pin code. So I do want to cover that. Mark is trying to keep me on task. So let's go ahead and just update this so that it does work, because the local state is not working. So we do not want that. We do not want that. We do want something that works. Okay. Let's go ahead and update this one to view mobile so we're not viewing something ugly here. Let's go ahead and turn off our nav bar. Sorry, in theme settings. No, we have a nav bar. I'm sorry. Turn off our nav bar here. And let's go ahead and add in a nav bar here. So we're going to just do another column. And we're going to do a little container. Do a little container over here. Perfect. Let's go ahead and expand this row. Sweet. I'm going to make this little guy Do 12 and 12. Oh, I don't want this canvas view like this anymore. Sorry. It's just for that. All right, this little container can have this box shadow, and we'll just add a row, 44 pixels, and 2 icon buttons for now. Okay. I wouldn't do icon buttons. I would actually do something else. I would do container with, yeah, I would do containers here. Icon buttons are, I don't know, they're just weird. They're not as, like, I want them to take up the full width, etc. So, but for now, we'll just do this bike. And then this will provide us with that ability to, yeah, cool. This will be our container. I'm just going to set up our nav to this main home. Oh, copy and paste that. Main home right here. And our action here. Instant and instant. Okay. We would do the same, obviously, if we were setting this up. So bottom nav, we'd do the same we did for the desktop, the side navigation. We do that here. But for the sake of this, let's go ahead and make sure that our app details is our pin code page again. Okay, no error, which is great. Let's go over to our profile page, which is our main profile. Awesome. And we will just do that. We will expand this little guy all the way down. Cool. Now we need to make sure that this is hidden. Yeah, we'll just make sure that this is hidden on desktop and large tablets. Oh, looky there. So we have it. This page has safe area. We don't need that for this. Oh, that's another great thing about this. So we did our container at an implicit height. You don't need to do this. You can just do a safe area, and it's going to be awesome. But look, we have everything that's working. Same thing up here. This will work. But let's go ahead and see that live. And let's see if our pin code, when this adjusts, we should get back to our pin code page. Hey, our pin code page. And we need to do this guy in a container of 600. Perfect. Here, we're just going to do that same thing. We're going to add a row here, add a pin, and 16 pixels, and add this guy. Space in between. All right. Okay. Let's see. Logged in page. Oh, I know. We need to reset the app. So that's what we need to do. I apologize. We are just refreshing it, which is giving us the same sort of the same session. Come on. Can you guys work for me once? Okay, will you be at FFTC 24? Okay. All right. Pin code page. Perfect. Do we have an action on this page? We do not. Why are we not accessing this? Sorry, guys. I guess the pin code page is just not, it's not going to work. Although it does work with this exact setup in my other project, where we have this sort of functioning. Let's see. We're gonna add a little bit of style here. That's why I should just stick to styling, right? Stay in my lane, my guy. Drop shadow. Okay. So Andrew, you were asking about layouts, right? Nice refresher on best practices for aligning. So we'll touch on that because I did something. I did it quick, um, but I wanted this content to stay in the middle here. Let's just go ahead dark. Yeah, I wanted this content to stay in the middle. I have both of these in containers that have max width. And in the beginning, I had expanded this one so that it could flow in the middle no matter what. And this one would be on the left here, which I'm going to actually add, again, just some style to this. I'm going to add a alternate border here of 1. Give it the same look and feel. So I wanted, then I decided I wanted this to float in the center. So I had to unexpand both of these and make this row content sort of float in the center here. So now I get this view. And if we wanted to, have this also sort of above this, we'd have to wrap this little column in that max width container, or in a max width container here. But for now, I think that this works, and it does work here. I think that this is exactly sort of what you would want in a web application, a web app version of your mobile application. So we accomplished one thing. We did not accomplish the thing that we truly wanted. So I'm sorry about that. Let's see. Yeah, full stop and restart of the app. We could do that. So why not? We'll just try that. Yeah. Okay. That's People are mentioning flows. Okay, so Sean, this is a good question. I mentioned it earlier today. We are going to launch at the end of this month. So within a week, more or less, I am going to launch the learning platform. The learning platform currently has 2 courses. The boot camp won't be for until the fall. But there's courses available, and the idea is that I can launch paid courses and free courses. So that is what we have right now. We have free courses to begin with. I will launch them on YouTube and the learning platform. Um, let's go ahead and sign in. Andrew Kaleo. Oh yeah, no, test at domain.com. Test. Okay. There you go. We have an enter pin. I don't know. So now we have enter pin. We can create our pin. 0, and there you go. We've successfully created our pin. Maybe now it'll make us enter. Maybe it just wasn't getting that. Maybe I need to set it up here. Oh, we have Firebase authentication. Pin code page. Yeah, see, so it should work. Doodly dolly dolly dolly. Well, it's not working, so apologize. Maybe I lied about that. Maybe it's not as easy as I set out to be. But it works in our other application. We did cover a good bit of making a mobile app responsive. So as you can see, this is not so bad. We have our mobile app version, the ability to navigate between these two. Again, we can make these whatever style we want. We have the same functionality here, right? Search bar. And then as we expand this out, we get a different view. And for this simple application, we have, filters here. Still, we have the ability to search whenever you would like. And you have the ability to create a new ride. And so we would update, right? We would update this to also, we remove the app bar. So what we need is actually to add in some breadcrumbs up here or something similar to down here. But as you're expanding your mobile applications to web applications, applying some standard like this, where you're not just, throwing a max width on a container for your content, but you're actually adjusting your content or adapting it to the UI of a web platform. Again, I wish Flutter had a flex, a similar flex capability or Flexbox capability to CSS. I know people hate on CSS, but my gosh, it's so easy to make responsive designs. And it's not that easy in Flutter. So I did write out an entire document and design system for that in FlutterFlow. So I don't know if that'll ever surface, but it would give you the ability to just create this in desktop, and then just like Webflow or Flexbox, as you go to mobile, you could adjust the design, you could adjust the styling of these same elements and not have to utilize two elements. So currently this is, a desktop view and a mobile view. We are utilizing components in the best and hopefully the best way possible. Even this card is a component, or it should be. I think this is what, okay, this is not, because this is not the tutorial one. In the tutorial, you learn how to make this a component. So, and yeah, I'll give you in 3 minutes, we'll give you a quick overview of, let's see, incognito window. Yeah. Here you go. Okay. Give you a short overview of the product itself. So we have I've adjusted this. So you have your course content over here. You have the ability to these 2 free courses. So FlutterFlow 101, which is still in flux, but getting started. It's an hour-long course. It's 7 videos. Once you enroll, you go through the process of setting up this events app. And then you can do it, like I said, I'm going to launch on YouTube. And here, the benefit to the platform is you get this bonus lesson where you learn how to set up the filtering via choice chips. Again, you guys are all advanced users. You probably all know how to do this in your sleep. But for beginners, I think it's incredibly important to understand logic and how to manipulate logic. So you learn how to filter via choice chips, and also how to do an RSVP logic. So only show if you have an RSVP for an event. Super fun, and I hope informative. And then we have our FlutterFlow 101 course, which is beneficial for everybody. So I go through a lot of stuff I go through on the live stream. I go through how I build, the functions I use, the keyboard shortcuts I use, how theming is set up in FlutterFlow, how I utilize templates and flows. There's a fun little quiz here. We go through a layout, building this layout in FlutterFlow in mobile. We are working through a similar one in desktop, and then just some basic ones for auth and Firebase setup, and then an overview of Firebase data types and enums. So that's going to be the FlutterFlow 101 course. Both of those are going to be free. You won't need access to the platform. I'm going to launch on YouTube as well. But in the platform, you get the ability to have a little bit of gamification. You have the ability to also interact with a FlutterFlow application. Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. So that's like the future. The end of this week, or the end of next week, I guess. We'll be launching this publicly. You can log in on our website, create accounts, and then the goal would be you can also join waitlists. So for these ones that are not available yet, you can join a waitlist, and you can get access to the exclusive pricing. So that will be good as well. Yeah, I'm excited. It's a little thing, but it just takes time. and I'm balancing between this and billable clients. So yeah, I will see y'all. Thank y'all for joining. I know it's a smaller group than usual, but thank y'all. And we will see you guys next week. For the for the man who is trying to do a pin code, I'm sorry that we did not make it successfully. Failed you, but I will sit down with my developer and I'll figure out what I did wrong. And we'll try to get you a short video that just outlines that scenario. I always hate, I think you woke up at 2 a.m. So I apologize if you are leaving this feeling failed. Apologize. So anyways, this was good. I do think we accomplished something beneficial. So I'll see y'all next week. Laters.